Hello again. This is the Watering Man. This is a vocabulary word in there, and it's hypocrites. We'll cover that a little bit in the New Testament. Okay? Now, in John chapter 6, verse 2 is the first occurrence in the New Testament. Okay? Now, I'll just read that verse, but I'm just going to deal with hypocrites, and then I'm going to be reading a bunch of verses later, but this might take me a couple of them, okay? It says in the King James Version, Matthew chapter 6, verse 2, Therefore when thou doest thine alms, do not sound a trump before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. They have their reward, okay? Hang on. All right. Have to excuse me a little bit. Hope you will. If not, I will. Now, the word hypocrites comes from 5273 in the concordance. It's Hypocrites, this word right here. Let me make sure it's turned up. Okay.
Strong's G 5273. Hypocrites. Hypocrites.
Hypocrites. Okay. Now, that's a masculine noun. Make sure I'm down here. All right. And it comes from 5271, which we'll get in a minute, okay? Now, 5273 in the Strong's Exhaustive Concordance means an actor under an assumed character. It's a stage player, a stage actor. It's a performer, okay? In the Thayer's Greek lexicon, it goes on and says it's a pretender. Right? Like I carry on and say, oh, yes, I am not pretending. Right? I'm not going to pretend like those old Pharisees. Polish outside the cup. Do my best not to pretend. False. Stage actor. They're pretending to be like God. They're siding. They're agreeing or partaking of their own carnal thinking, their own actively hostile and weak in its passions and desires of your own stinking thinking. Not some devil stuff out here, no, pretending to be. They're letting that old stinking thinking remain the king of their mind. When you realize it, green like God, kick that thing's butt out. Every little bit you can, whatever God's given you an opportunity to. And in the storms of life, He's bringing it down there so that you, giving you an opportunity to kick a little bit of that stuff's butt out, so that He can take and exchange that little bit of dark spot not in the external, in the deep in your mind, in the deeper down to the thought process, in the deepest recesses of your mind, in that spot, tiny, infinitesimally small spot inside of each thought process, like a picture. Not this outward pictures and stuff that your mind will tell you. Not even in your mind. The globe of your mind, down into each spot, each ball thinking, and all the way down to a spot. That's where He's working first, down in there and working His way out. Okay, so that His influence, the grace, divine influence, God's influence, that light, and its reflection out into your lifestyle, including gratitude, and you're growing in that love, that gratitude of God. God is your exceeding great reward, not that poop, that dark thinking. Ooh, kick that false king out of your mind. Don't be in idolatry, worshiping, bowing down, kissing the hand, licking it. Oh, you're just the greatest, you damn dog. Oh, trying to, don't believe that stuff. Let God be true and all that dark stuff in you be a liar. Huh? Kiss God's hand. Oh, his works, his efforts. It's not by your might, your power. Your own dog thinking. Your own beast nature thinking. Humanistic thinking, humanistic thinking, humanistic thinking. No. That's got to go. It's got to hit the road, you Jacob. And don't you come back no more. No more. Right? All right. Now, it's a stage player. It's an actor. It's a pretender. It's a dissembler. Dissembler. Okay? Now, to dissemble is to disguise or conceal a feeling or intention, to conceal one's true motives, feelings, and beliefs. Oh, yes, I am not pretending. I'm not doing this stuff. Concealing my feelings, my intentions, any more than I can, any more than I have to. When I realized that, oh man, I was doing that, you're going against God. Oh, spit that, vomit that, agree with God, spew that crap out of your mouth. Vomit that stuff like with extreme disgust out of your mind when God gives you the opportunity. And he gives you the opportunity where? In the storms of your life. Not to you, it's for you. So that you can be like in that dust devil that takes that cold air. It's cold. Or even lukewarm. Red Adamic way of thinking, that beast nature thinking. And lifts it up higher. Little bit by little bit by little bit. Spinning a dust devil. Like a little whoop, windstorm. Little bit by little bit by little bit. But you got to green light God. Come back into God's right-mindedness. Not side, not take sides with your own carnal mind, not partake in that thing. Eat it. Eat from the tree of the knowledge of your own good and evil. Stinking thinking. That old heart of man, that old way you think, that thinking of your old mankind thinking is poop. It's what is it in Jeremiah 17:9? Right? It's like desperately wicked. And it's evil above all things. Yuck, it's staggering treacherous. It's a snake. Who can know it? Right? I mean, I didn't paraphrase it. I could take there and read it, but I'm going to stay where I'm at because I don't want to get too many things going on. I might lose focus here. So I got all the notes, a few pages on this, okay? Now, so we don't want to disguise that old false king. We want to expose it so that we know, you dirty snake, get out of here. So we can tell it, put a muzzle on it. Be still. I don't want you no more. Right? Every little spot. But you can't take and do that, all of it at one time. No, do it little bit by little bit. 1 to 2 to 4 to 8 to 16, 32, 64, 128, right? Getting rid of this mountain that's in each thought process. This mountain of this dark energy, dark matter. Yuck, poopy thinking. Burn that stuff up, use it for rocket fuel to go back up in higher in your thinking, superior way of thinking back to God. God's right-mindedness. Come back to the light. Be the light. Exist, in God. Let him give you the increase. You can't do it yourself. Green light God, okay? Be reasonable. Say it my way, okay? Now, that was 5273. Hypocrites or something like that. Hypokrites, okay? Now, that word comes from 5271, and it is, looks like, Hupacrinomai. Let's see how close I am to pronouncing it right, the way they're pronouncing it here.
Strong's G 5271. Hypocrinomai.
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 That's kind of close. Hypokrinonomai, okay? And that's a verb, okay? And that comes from two words. The middle voice from 5259 and 2919, okay? Get there in a little bit, okay? Now this hypocrinomai or whatever, to decide, to speak, to act, to decide, mouth your opinion, right? Okay? To participate, okay? To decide under a false part, that false king, that false impostor of good and evil, not listening to God. To pretend. And the Thayers, that's the Strong's exhaustive concordance. And the Thayers is to feign. F-E-I-G-N. That's to represent fictitiously. Put on the appearance of one's own carnal mind, one's own righteousness. To pretend, to feign, to be the God of one's heart. It's a false king, right? It's an impostor of light, or condemning you to hell, accuser of the brethren, diabolos, or Satanas, to impose as a false king. It's a light. This is a good way. It's pointing right out. It's not some monster out there. It's your own carnal mind. Come on, man. Get your daggone stuff out of your mouth. Ooh, yuck. Don't swallow that shit. See and hear and taste, touch, and smell with your own ego in control. Kick that ego out. Because the ego, I, must decrease, and God must increase, right? John 3:30, right? Okay. Now, but one's own righteousness isn't the rightful king, right? We know that, right? That's the yuck. God is the rightful king of one's heart, mind, all the way down to from this external to the deep in your mind, to the deeper your thought process, single thought process, to the deepest, that single spot, way, way down in there, like under God's magnifying glass. You see that right there? That one way down there. Which one I want? That carnal mind saying, which one I want? What are you talking about, you crazy crap? Huh? Trying to make God out to be insignificant. But listen to that still small voice. This one right here, my child, is darker than the ace of spades. Let's get it out. That's poop. I'm offering an opportunity. That's what this storm's all about. Yes, sir, Daddy. I agree. Yes, sir. I want that stuff gone. Beat it. Just beat it out. Beat it out of you. Get out of here. Huh? You trickster. Hill grabber. You Jacob's well water. You tree of the knowledge of good and evil. I see you, you dirty dog. You snakes. Trying to bite you. Trying to get you to retaliate. Be all upset and angry. Don't make your decisions out of all them emotions of revenge, retaliation. No, then they stepped on my foot. You're kind of kooky when you do that. Okay? Don't you feel like a jackass sometimes whenever you react too quick? Oh, I stuck my dang foot in my mouth again. I think we all done that, okay? Let's cut that stuff out. When God gives us an opportunity to chop it out, scheme it out, way out. Yes, sir, Daddy, chop it out, thank you, yes, yes. But it's right then, right now, in the hardest times. Can't say, well, right now I'm busy working on this stuff. I'm taking care of this stuff like that. Well, I just married a woman, or I just bought this field and stuff. I gotta go take care of that first, or got stuff happening here in my life, man. My parents died, blah, blah, blah. I gotta go take care of that first. Then I'll come back and follow you. No. Right then's when you're getting offered the opportunity. Not then at your leisure. Right then. Do you agree with me or not? That's what God's asking. Huh? Can't put it off. Seek ye first, in time, place, and order of importance, the kingdom of God. Gaining this, getting this ability. God's working in them. He's done. If they're dead, God's already taken them back. The Spirit. And then at whatever level, that's going back to the Father. They're all right. That dust stuff is off of them. And at whatever level of that, God's love, God's charm, and that gratitude stuff, that's going back to them, to God. You don't have to worry about that. Just another phase in your existence. You get all you can now for yourself. Come back into unity with God. Come back into eating and resting in God. Resting and relying in God. Okay? All right, we got to get our minds right, okay? Now, this hypocrite. Remember our stage actor, pretender? All this stuff, concealing their thoughts and motives, all right? Now, that one comes from 52:59 and 29:19. We're working our way down to etymology, just getting down to the root basis of these, okay? Now, it's 52:59. Let's get that one first. All right, because we already got that one, Hypocrites. Yeah, Hypocrites, I think is how you pronounce it. Okay, to decide to get with that false side, basically. False sin. Same with the bull. I'll eat that bull crap. I mean, it tastes good. It's only real good on my Joppa dog. Tastes good because it's scribble with you in your mouth and bitter in your stomach. It'll make you sicker than a dog. You wonder, oh, Daddy, I'm sick. You ate of your own bullshit thinking. Right?
Place an order for pickup.
All right. Now,
Toppins,
going down to 52:59. That's compound word. Okay, coming from 52:59. And that's hupo, or hupa, I think. Let me see how I'll pronounce it.
Strong's G 5259. Hupa.
Hupa. Hypo, 52:59. And the Thayers, that's a primary preposition. Okay? It's of situation or position under something higher. It's subject to the power of. It's trying to be on top in the superior position. That false king, your carnal mind, and keeping God on the bottom, under. To put it under. Insignificant. Don't eat that thing. Flip the script. Put God on top in superior position and come back, okay? This hypocrite keeps putting God under. Huh? Don't listen to that still small voice. It ain't nothing. It's insignificant. Right? No, listen to God. That's your only salvation. Yahweh's salvation. Right? Now that's hupo. Or hupa, 52:59. Or 52:59. 5,259. And the second part of this, hupo, krino, is 29:19. Yeah, this word right here.
Strong's G 2919. Krino.
Krino. Krino. It's a verb. It's a root word. And in Strong's, it means to decide, to decide for one's own righteousness, and your own righteousness decides condemnation. Now to decide, that's the red way, right? Ooh, yuck. Now the green way is an acquittal. Come back into your innocent. Come back into God's righteousness, to His love, to His light, to, like in Luke 23:34, Father, forgive them for that. They know not what they're doing. Jesus is providing the way, the truth, and the life. This is how you come back to God. Come up higher. Be reasonable. See it my way, my child. Come up higher and let God give you this love and this gratitude. That's beyond words, beyond the mere description of words. Okay? Now, all right? So don't pretend. That's just hypocrite. Remember? Stage actor. They're just polishing the outside of the cup like those old hypocrites. Or that's hypocrite, like the Pharisees. These hypocrites. Okay? Now, all right, they're pretending. They're trying to side with, they're partaking of their own carnality. And then trying to polish the outside of the cup. Look at me, hungry, and puff out their chest and do all their good works. Say, do it my way. Do, don't, don't. That's old Jebusite thinking. Huh? Okay. Love you. That's my wife. She's going to get us something to eat. Now, so now we're in this Crino. The second part of this, Hupocrinomai. I think, yeah, close enough, okay? All right, the first part was that hupo, okay? It's like putting it under. So we're trying to shoving God, the seed of God, down in the poop thinking, put it down there in the insignificant part, keep it under our world, right? All this dark thinking, okay, keep that your own. You got a right to fight, to eat bull crap, right? No, we don't want to do that. Germinate that seed. Don't be a hypocrite. Don't be a Pharisee polishing that. Man, look how shiny that is. You see the big 666 in it. It's very evident. Man, they're pretentious jackasses. You ever been around a person like that? Man, you look away. And then just like, you just get a sickening feeling. Ooh, yuck. So you're really hearing in the spirit. Don't listen, don't partake of that stuff. Bunch of stuff. Ooh, yuck, it's donkey thinking. Donkey! They got their donkey coming out of their mouth, other everything. Huh? Don't be doing that. Don't be fooled by that stuff. That's, people, and it's primarily, you do it inside your mind. Don't partake in your own bullshit. Right? All right, now, this Crino. That's the way I pronounce it. Let's see what it's saying again.
Strong's G 2919. Crino.
Yeah, Crino.
Crino.
Okay. That's a verb, perhaps a primitive word. Okay. That's the primary word. Okay. All right. And it's to it, your green way is your carnal mind. Or you're not your green way, the red way is your own righteousness. Huh? It's trying to condemn yourself. You're a dirty, rotten sinner. You daggone scumbag. You ought to be awful. You ain't worth nothing. Right? Diabolos thinking. False accuser, right? Or that Satan's thinking, man, it's an imposter lie. Good and evil. Come on, man. Red way. Beep, 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 beep. Get away from that stuff. Kick its ass out. That's the donkey. All right? Now, turn from that and go to God, the green way. It's an acquittal. Burns that crap up. Chop it out. Skim it out. This little bitty spot that's down in your deepest. Huh? And not focused on the outside external. Man, it's a monster out there. World's going to hell in a handbasket. You know what? Don't you want to agree with me? Look at all this stuff going wrong with you, to you, and all that. God's giving you an opportunity to change the way you think about that. Are you an overcomer? So God can make his appearance in you, in your mind, and starting in that deepest, and then working its way out. Huh? Father, forgive them, for they know not what they're doing. Huh? Go to the cross. Like Jesus was going to the cross as a dumb lamb, as a mute lamb. Don't retaliate and spit, sputter, and doing all that. Cock-a-cock-a-loo, I'm the king of kings, and I'll kick all you guys' butts. No. Right? They didn't retaliate. Neither should we. Wow. So, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they're doing. Just like Stephen saying in the end of Acts chapter 7, when they're killing him, gnawing their teeth on him. Father, lay not this sin to their charge as they're killing him. And you know, Saul was standing right there. That's that old nature. And when God knocked him off his ass, his donkey, thinking, okay, we can go deeper in that, and we might later on, okay. He became small in that old nature and came to Paul, which was part of his, I think it was, that was part of his thing, but it was referred to Paul, and not just Saul, not that old, yeah, that man had nothing to do with that crap, huh? I'll do it in the authority of God, small in myself, me, myself, and I thinking, and not, or you know, it's getting rid of that old yuck, that Saul, me, myself, and I, and becoming like Paul, huh? Going to God. Patterns. They're useful to God. This is productive. This is to your advantage. What is that? Pros. The pro way. Right in that meta. This is the pro way. Pros. Pros. Right? That's part of that lifting it up. All this crap thinking up to God's higher superior way of thinking. Right? Remember I went over meta. Went over it several times. Okay? Now, let's get back. The credo is to decide, okay? Which way to decide? You gotta make a choice. The green way or the red way. You stand with your old crap thinking, or you going with God's way. Emphatically in hot pursuit. Okay? Now, let's go back to this. Let's look at this. That was all the way down. That's root words. Took your root words, all the way down. Okay? Now, I'm going to go in here. I haven't done this yet, but in this, let me have it pronounce this word, this word for hypocrite.
Strong's G 5273. Hypocrites.
Hypocrites, okay? 72, okay? Now, that's in there. In the T.R. Greek Concordance of the Bible, it's in the New Testament, 20 times in 20 verses. I'm going to read those verses. Just out, because it lists them all right down here. I'm going to start reading them. Okay, I'm not going to break them down a bunch. I'm just going to read them out of the King James Version and give them to you. Okay, I may have to even do that one, continue it on another little one, a part 2 of this. Okay, and then it'd be up to you whether you want to go farther with it or not. Okay, let me get a little drink. This is speaking about those hypocrites, stage actors, pretenders. I don't want to be no pretender. Right? Let God agree with God, and He'll bring it out of you, because you can't do it by your might and your power. Can't quit being a hypocrite. All right. Now, excuse me. This stuff ain't gonna stop me. All right. Now, first occurrence. The hypocrites was used, okay? Start reading them. Now, this is just King James Version that they put them in, so that's why I'm going to read it. I'm just going to read the verse that's in here, okay? Now, it says in Matthew chapter 6, verse 2, "Therefore, when thou doest thine alms, do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do, in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have glory of men. Verily, I say unto you, they have their reward." The Hypocrites 52:73. Everywhere in here, I'm reading this. It's 52:73, okay? Matthew 6, verse 5. "And when thou prayest, Thou shalt not be as the hypocrites, 5273 are. That R is italicized, it's not there. For they love to pray, standing in the synagogues and in the street corners, in the streets, that they may be seen of men, of humanity, okay? Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. Matthew 6:16. Moreover, when ye fast, be not as the hypocrites, 5273, of a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces, that they may appear unto men to fast. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. Read a couple more here, or maybe another one. Matthew 7:5. Thou hypocrite, 5273. First, cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou clearly, or see clearly, to cast the beam out of your brother's eye. Okay? Let's read that real quick. Thou hypocrite, first cast the beam out of thine own eye, and then thou shalt see clearly to cast the beam out of your brother's eye. All right? I'll continue this. I might do a little short one on this. May just put that on audio so I can continue because it takes a while to load these, okay? Have a great day. Please hit like, subscribe, and comment for me. I love you. Bye-bye.